Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm just going to be doing my makeup quickly and chatting about random things, no particular topic. I gotta get ready quickly because I'm going out to lunch with my family. So a topic that I was kind of pondering heavily today in the morning when I was in the shower is that I was thinking about how so many people are afraid to die alone or be alone even just today at this age. So I'm 23 years old, but I've honestly never felt any older. Like I feel like from here, time is just gonna fly by. I'm gonna turn 25, I'm gonna turn 30, I'm gonna turn 35 in the blink of an eye, and I'm not gonna achieve any of those milestones that society puts onto me. I feel very, very nervous sometimes, or I feel this, I wouldn't say it's nervousness, it's like this impending doom that lurks over my head like a cloud, and it follows me around. A lot of the time now, I'm really, really good at ignoring that cloud. I don't even notice it. I literally have no urgency to be with somebody, and I'm so happy alone. But once in a while, I look back and I see the cloud and I start to feel this fear and anxiety rise up in my body. I feel like maybe I'm enjoying being alone a little too much to the point where I'm just not meant to find somebody ever, and I'm meant to just die alone. And a lot of people do live that way and they live happily. But it's been ingrained into my mind since I was a child that I wanted to find somebody who could love me and accept me for who I am. But I always had this thought in the back of my mind that I wasn't worthy of that kind of love. I wasn't worthy to be loved that way because I didn't look like the girls on the screen. I didn't act like the girls on the screen. I didn't have the same things that the girls on the screen had, like a supportive family. I didn't have cool clothes. I didn't have the looks. I wasn't living in the 80s when there was no social media, I keep thinking, like, in this modern age, I grew up watching the old age romance movies, books, learned their ideas of romance and their ideas of what love should be and relationship should be like, and I never felt like I would get that. I never felt like I deserved it. I still don't. Sometimes I think about it and I'm like, well, I'm not like those girls on the screen. And you know what it is? Nobody is. Life isn't perfect. Everybody is imperfect in life. People make mistakes. Things don't just fall in line and happen to be a happily ever after for everybody, just like in the movies, because the movies aren't real life. That doesn't depict real life. It's a fantasy, and it's specifically curated to make you pay attention and want it, because it's just so ideal. But here comes my dilemma, right? After my last relationship, I struggled a lot with learning to like being alone again, because as a kid I loved being alone, and being alone was like my safe space. I'd love to just sit in my room and isolate myself and just do whatever I want on my computer, watch movies, play games, talk to my friends on Messenger, any type of, well, back in my day it was MSN or Skype, Facebook. Now it's all like Instagram, TikTok, all that stuff. After my last relationship, I really learned again how to love being alone, and I'm just now very extremely happy and comfortable, and I feel actually safest when I'm alone again, kind of like when I was a kid. I've found my new hobbies. I've found ways to entertain myself without needing other people, by prioritizing myself and not constantly putting my worth into whether or not other people want to hang out with me or want to see me. Sometimes I worry I'm getting a little too comfortable, and when I isolate myself like that for weeks, I don't know, months, it's never been months, but it's always weeks at a time, I realized how much time just flies by when I'm spending time alone, and I enjoy it. But once that goes on for too long, I feel this fear come up in me where it's like I'm not really living and experiencing life. I'm not going out there and making new experiences for myself because I'm so comfortable being alone and enjoying my time alone and doing the small things that I'm comfortable with. And then I think about how many opportunities could have passed me by during this time when I was just too busy isolating myself and protecting myself and enjoying my time alone. That's not to say that it's not okay to be alone and not be okay to be forever alone, because actually statistics show that women who are single, like in their older years, 50, 60, are happier. They live longer than women who are in marriages or in relationships. And although like that's never what I wanted as a kid, that's not something that I saw in my life. Now getting older, I'm only 23, but I think when you learn to love being alone, it's hard to open your life up to people again, new people. And it's hard for me to see myself enjoying spending the rest of my life with somebody instead of just being alone now, because being alone, while it may be a bit sad and lonely at times, which I feel like is only a thing because society makes it seem like being a lone wolf or being isolated is sad. I don't think it's too sad. I actually find it peaceful and I actually find it very calming. Yeah, and I just realize how these are such morning shower thoughts, or just shower thoughts in general. Like they're so deep and they make me feel like I'm thinking way too ahead of my time. Like I'm just rushing myself into achieving these milestones that society deems normal, like getting into a relationship, getting married before 30. I just don't see myself caring about that right now, but I know it still bothers me. Like it's in the back of my mind where I'm just thinking, if I just let go of this goal, or like if I don't think about this goal, I'm just gonna forget about it and not ever deal with it. And then I'm gonna be 30 and I'm gonna think maybe I want kids or I want to be married, and then it's going to become an issue for me. And that's like what I fear most, is that time is going to catch up to me and make me regret the choices I'm making as a 23-year-old now. I'm always the type of person that likes to set myself up for success in the future, so this is no different than that. I'm like worried that I'm getting too comfortable being alone and that I'll be alone forever. And I'm kind of struggling to accept that that may not even be a bad thing. Like that could be a good thing for me, but maybe that's just not what I want. Because you know, the whole independent woman messaging now, that we should just be independent women and they don't need a man and that type of stuff. While I truly do believe that you should be independent and never financially or emotionally or any kind of dependent on somebody else, I still do crave that romantic love and that like happy ending type of story. I really do want it, and I know a lot of girls do want it, even if they are, you know, girl bossing, having their own careers, having a super successful life filled with success, wealth, good friends. It's just when you reach a certain point, everybody tells you that's not going to be enough. And I'm still waiting for that moment where I feel like it's not enough. And I know it's gonna come eventually. I guess that thought scares me. I don't like the thought that everybody is gonna get old and move on with their lives and I'm gonna be left behind. Because it just reminds me of this lifelong struggle I've had with feeling like I just don't belong and that I just feel misunderstood by people in general. I've struggled my whole life really with feeling like I don't belong, and I'm trying to change that now by reminding myself that I belong in any space that I enter, and I'm worthy of taking up space. I deserve to have my own opinion, but anywhere I go, anywhere I end up in work, friends, relationships, I never feel like I'm truly where I'm supposed to be. I feel like I don't belong, and people can tell that I'm not where I'm supposed to be. And I know that's an issue, but it's something I'm working on still. I really struggle with feeling like I belong and that people accept me and that I'm where I'm supposed to be and I'm doing the right thing, because I always doubt myself. I'm never sure of myself. don't trust myself and I lack a lot of confidence in my abilities and my choices, and I just struggle a lot with being proud of myself and feeling like I've done the right thing and I'm where I'm supposed to be and I'm doing the things that I'm meant to be doing, and always searching for this greater life purpose and meaning in other people and other things, but it's not really healthy. What I'm really focused on practicing right now is more self-compassion and allowing myself to feel the way I feel and validate myself, soothe myself. Self-therapize is what my therapist told me. I need to be working on being able to reassure myself and not needing the reassurance of others to feel like I'm okay, which is something I struggle with because I'm so used to only feeling safe when other people allow me to feel that way. And I think that leads to me understanding why I'm so much more comfortable just being alone. Adding other people into the mix and their feelings and their needs and wants, it overwhelms me and makes me feel like I can't think about myself. It's always been so much easier for me to focus on other people's needs and other people's opinions and other people's wants because that's naturally what I'm inclined to do, growing up as a people pleaser and still being one sometimes. I don't feel like my own person sometimes. I saw this meme. Okay, I should stop calling them memes because it makes them sound not credible. Honestly, maybe they're not credible, but I saw this reel that was saying how the reason why you feel so disconnected from your body is because you are a people pleaser and you're so used to thinking about other people's wants, needs, and opinions and suppressing your own and ignoring your own to the point where you don't even feel like a physical entity that also needs to be taken care of, that also needs to be considered, needs to be listened to, heard, and taken care of. As much as you're taking care of everyone else, you need to be taking care of yourself. And that's something that I resonated with so deeply because I've always had this thing where I told people I feel so like disconnected from my body to the point where I just feel like a floating entity. I don't feel like a physical being on this earth. I just feel like I'm a physical entity meant to carry out specific tasks. I'm just a helper. I'm not a person that needs to be taken care of. I didn't even feel like I had a physical identity. I felt like all I was a helper and just a floating entity separate from me as a physical being. I couldn't justify making time for myself to just enjoy doing my makeup or dressing up nice, or sometimes I couldn't even justify getting up to take a shower or brushing my teeth because I thought, like, what's even the point of doing that? Like, nobody's gonna see me and it's only me with myself. I didn't respect myself even for myself, you know? I would let myself stink up in my own filth because I didn't have to bother anyone else with my filth, and I didn't see myself as worthy of wasting, you know, shampoo, water, toothpaste just because it wasn't necessary to me. It wasn't necessary to take care of my physical health and my physical wellness. For example, I would not be able to do makeup for no reason in my house just because I felt like trying a makeup look, because I felt like that would be a waste of makeup supplies to do that. Like, why would I waste those supplies on myself when I could use them when I'm going out to see other people who will actually maybe appreciate me not looking like a slob and not having showered or brushed my teeth. I was doing like self-care for myself for the sake of other people, not for the sake of myself, not for the sake of being clean so I can enjoy not smelling stinky around myself. I would just do it because I knew I had to for other people. Like, other people would be bothered by my stink, but I don't care if I'm bothered by my stink. Like, I will just sit in it. I couldn't justify even spending money on myself on something I liked if other people didn't approve of it because my opinion was so. I didn't love myself, and I still struggle with loving myself today. I know I make videos on how to love yourself and how to be happy and how to be confident, but it's like an ongoing journey for everybody, including me. I struggle with it still every day, and I struggle with keeping it up and reminding myself I'm worthy. I'm worthy of my opinion. I'm worthy of expressing my opinion. I'm worthy of taking up as much space as other people. I'm worthy to make mistakes and learn from them. I can't be hard on myself and it's really hard. I will say I've had a rough couple of nights not being able to be compassionate to myself, beating myself up for mistakes I've made and things I wish I did and things I wish I could be doing, but blaming myself for what happened in the past, blaming myself and trying to think it wasn't my fault, running through old scenarios in my head and trying to see like what I could have done, why I didn't do those things. I go back to the old version of myself sometimes and I just feel disappointed in myself, and then it makes me beat myself up even more. So I just need to I need to stop. I think the only thing I can do is really let these feelings pass by me and wait for it to pass and try my best to remind myself it's okay. I hate to say stop being so dramatic all the time to myself, because I feel like that's invalidating my feelings and invalidating my experiences and the hard things I have to go through. I don't like comparing my struggles to other people and telling people my problems too often, because first of all, you shouldn't compare your issues to other people's issues. Everyone has different ones, but also other people can't always understand your issues and your perspective of life. They might think that you're being ungrateful, or it might be your fault, or that you're just not dealing with your problems properly, but they don't understand your perspective of life and what you've gone through and what you're experiencing. And I think that personally, I need to stop trying to have other people validate my trauma and validate my negative experiences, because my negative experiences are always going to have been negative experiences for me. They're going to have a negative impact on me, and that I need to work on myself in the ways I know work for me to day by day heal my trauma and be kinder to myself. Like, I can't rely on other people to hear my trauma and comfort me, because they don't understand really where I'm coming from and the experiences I've had, and only I really know how to soothe myself. That's something I'm going to be working on, being self-compassionate to myself and understand that everybody's different and their situation is unique, and I can't expect people to really be able to solve my issues for me or make me feel better, because it's not other people's responsibility. It's really, at the end of the day, your own. People can help, but they can only help so much. I guess that's my lesson of the day. So thanks guys so much for watching. I hope you liked the video. Please like and subscribe if you want to see more makeup and chats. I'm hoping to think of some new content to post in the next following weeks. But yeah, if you like this video, please let me know in the comments, like and subscribe. Thanks so much for watching. I have to go now, so see you next time.